Today I'm riding on Amtrak's business class service on the Northeast Regional. I'm a bit excited for this because this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. The only other business class services I've been on Amtrak are on the Acela and the medium distance trains throughout the country, but they all have a different business class setup. The Northeast Regional has its own unique business class setup that's not really shared by the rest of the Amtrak fleet, so I'm excited to see what it's like. But one of the biggest concerns I have is Amtrak business class really worth it, especially in the Northeast Regional? Let's find out. Also, I'm by this cute little duck pond here, and there are a lot of ducks, but I don't have any food for them today, unfortunately. So I got my meal for the trip. It's basically a falafel bowl with hummus, and the whole restaurant is a vegan falafel place, which is pretty good. And the prices are really affordable. Most items are somewhere between $4 to $6, which is great. So today's journey is most likely going to consist of the same journey that I had in the coach video, where I'm going between Washington Union Station and New York Penn Station. So at the time of recording, the price for a business class ticket was somewhere around $150. It seems like it's since dropped to $95 now and $83 on night owl trains. Alright, so I'm in the Moynihan Lounge at Washington, D.C. Right now I'm in a conference room, so I could speak freely to the camera without having to worry about disturbing anyone. If you want to go to the Moynihan Train Lounge with a business class ticket, you're actually not allowed to. It's for first class passengers and sleeper passengers. So in order to get into the lounge like I am in right now, you actually need to either have a lounge pass or you have to pay a fee of $30. Now, if you've ever been on business class before, one thing to look out for is the fact that business class offers different perks depending on which train you're on. So it can vary wildly between Acelas to regionals to other Midwest trains, the Cascade or Amtrak California. But one of the things I do know this train has is seat reservations, which is great because I can ensure that I'm getting a seat that's optimal for me. However, I don't know the window layout of this train, so I'm gonna have to hope that the seat I picked has a good window. If not, I'll see if I can change the seat. That's one of the good things. You're not fighting with other passengers for seats since you have the reservation system. You can just always switch your seat if you do not like it. Now, one of the cool things about this lounge is the conference room I'm in. I've actually never been into this conference room specifically, so I'm taking a look at it for the first time. It's basically just a sofa, a table, 2 couches, and another small coffee table with 2 chairs. So it's pretty cool to be in this space, but my train's actually going to depart soon, so I should get headed out. Taking our first look at the seat, we can see that it's actually slightly bigger than what you would get in coach. As in coach, there's normally 2 rows per window. Here, it's about 1.5. The seat reclines just about as much as you would get in any other coach seat here on the Northeast Regional, but the other main difference is the gray and blue highlights to differentiate yourself from coach. Now moving on to the seat dimensions of the train I'm on today, I did make a little bit of a mistake where I measured the seat width from the bottom, where I should have actually measured from the top, because there's two little handlebars on the side, so you do lose about an inch. But in actuality, it is not 18 inches wide, it is in fact 19 inches wide. That is approximately the same as coach. As we get to the legroom portion of this, we see that there's about 40 inches of legroom, which is quite good. There's tons of space to stretch out. Looking at some of the other amenities we get on this train, it's pretty standard with 2 outlets by the window and overhead reading lights. But there are also some new amenities that we don't get to see on a normal coach train. That includes the curtains and the footrests. And towards the back of the train, there are actually 2 tables of 4 that you can reserve. And this is perfect for families. And one of my favorite perks in business class, the ability to use the rear window of the train. And before our train takes off for its journey to New York, the conductor comes by and makes an announcement over the PA telling us some of the other perks we get on this train.
In the business class car, all seats are assigned by the seat number and row, so please check your tickets, be sure you're in the correct seat and row. Also, with business class tickets, you are entitled to complimentary non-alcoholic beverages in our cafe food service car when it opens.
It's a complimentary
The
non-alcoholic
cafe food service car is located 3 cars towards the front of the train set. You must present your ticket prior to ordering. Open, ready to be scanned.
How same do it?
Our business class car is the very last car in the train set. Just in front of business class.
I might invite her to them. I don't know, I might invite her to them. But Mary's not going now. Mary's really mad. Mary's big mad. I didn't tell you what happened. Look, this lady called me named Kim yesterday, right?
Seats, and you do not access coach tickets. Please find another seat at this time. We need all 88 seats and we're...
We're going to look at I think she's so bad. So I'm gonna do this.
Taking a look at the restroom on board the business class car, we can actually see that it's the exact same as the one you would get in coach. There's no special amenities or upgrades or perks or anything different than the coach restroom on this train. That also seemed to be the case when I was on the Acela in first class. The restroom there was no different than the one in business class, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like Amtrak seems to offer any upgraded amenities in the restroom. I think that's a missed opportunity for Amtrak to upgrade the experience. But now I'm hungry and I think it's time for me to get some dinner, so it's time for me to head over to the cafe car to get my free drink. One of my criticisms of business class is the fact that business class is located in the rear of the train and the cafe car where you get your free drinks is located in the center of the train. This means you have to walk over through the train all the way to the center to get your drinks. While it's not a big deal, it is a bit of an inconvenience. Compare that to first class where they brought the food to your seat. The experience on that was much nicer since you didn't have to worry about getting up and waiting on a line just for your food, and it would be brought to you when it was ready. But I guess that boils down to the differences between business class and first class in terms of the perks that you get while riding the train. But just like I said earlier, it is really not that bad. I only had to cross over 3 cars to get to the cafe car, and it takes just about a minute to get there, so it's not a long walk. This is at most just a minor nitpick. Now the thing I wasn't sure about is whether or not you can get more than 1 drink. I always believed it was 1 drink, but after being told every drink I wanted was not available today, I settled on a single ginger ale and decided I would come back later. And then it dawned on me as I took out my falafel bowl and the bag of chips I got from the train lounge that I could also get a ginger ale from the train lounge, which makes this perk a bit redundant for me. So now that I made it to the other end of the line at New York, I have to ask the question, is business class really worth it? And in my opinion, I don't really think so. While the perks of business class on paper, which are extra legroom, footrests, curtains, and a free drink, it doesn't really do much to differentiate itself from coach. If you're someone who doesn't ride Amtrak very often, I would rather just go with coach because legroom in coach is good enough and it's 3 times cheaper. And if you're someone who does ride Amtrak frequently and you have an upgrade pass to spare, I would rather use that upgrade pass to upgrade from a Sella Business to a Sella First rather than a regional coach to a regional business. First class not only comes with lounge access, it also comes with the complimentary meal and a bigger seat. And lastly, I think it's actually possible to get a coach seat that's better than this business seat. But that's for another video.